Pray. Pray. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, June 6th, 2023. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with each of them. And in doing the puja, we are connecting with those light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and also to flow into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I have drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's laying flat on a side table. And also to do the puja, I have a container of water. I have a bell. I have a lit tea light. I have an incense stick, a raisin, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. I start with taking some of the water and sprinkling drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard chart to symbolically purify the space for the puja. I put a few drops of water on my own head, and I send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, everyone is purified going into the puja. Now we start with invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles and also is a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and I ask him to remove all obstacles in the lives of the participants, in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of our lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of us, now and always, and I thank him for his help with this. Now, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Ahasura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we start with honoring the various time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Tuesday, ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moment the moon is in a star called Purvashada, a star of discernment, I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Next, we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my local area, that is now the third waning moon, called Tritya in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon, on the blackboard chart. Om Tritya Devye Namaha. Om Tritya Devye Namaha. Om Tritya Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet ruling the hour. In my local area, that is the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the Karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these time elements, we would not use flower petals, we would say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Sukla, which has energies of bright focus. Sukla, Sukla, Sukla. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Vishti, which has energies that are inefficient. Vishti, Vishti, Vishti. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. We look at what is the ascendant sign, represented here with the letters AC. This sign, Gemini, is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon right now in my local area. Dr. Pillai said we begin with honoring the planet ruling the ascendant sign as a gesture to his importance at the moment. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury on the blackboard chart. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, stopping in each sign that has one or more planets in it. The first Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Karkata, or Cancer, which today has both Venus and Mars. Both of them are in the same star, so we will invoke both of them before we honor the star. I start with Venus and put flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor Mars for being in the zodiac sign of Cancer. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Venus and Mars, 2 planets of passion, are both in the same star today, a star called Pooja, a star considered to be the most spiritually auspicious of all the stars. I put the flower petals across Venus and Mars. Om Pushaye Namaha. Om Pushaye Namaha. Om Pushaye Namaha. Pusha's star is ruled by Brihaspati, a form of Jupiter in which he is a very high spiritual teacher, teaching even the gods. I put the flower petals across Venus and Mars. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Pusha's star is ruled by Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules the zodiac sign of Cancer, which is the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata, or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the zodiac signs, today containing Venus, planet of beauty, joy, enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts, and also Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems, and a planet that is both a healer and a protector. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula, or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind, a star that can give divine blessings for freedom and expansion. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, archetype who rules the wind and the air element. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Danas or Sagittarius, which today contains the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Purva Ashada, a star represented as a winnowing basket. A winnowing basket is a kind of basket that they put grain in an agrarian culture, and then they kind of shake the grain up and down to separate the grain from the husk. For example, rice comes with a husk around it. They shake it up and down in the winnowing basket to separate the part that we don't want to eat from the good part of the grain, the kernel that we do want to eat. So this star is said to have energies of discernment, a star that can help us to discern what's right for us and what's wrong for us, a star that can help us to even remember just to ask that question, what's the right thing? Because if we can take the time to ask that question, then the answer will come to us. So we honor this star. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Purvashada star is ruled by a goddess called Apas. She's a deified form of water. We ask for her blessings. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Purvashada star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Danas or Sagittarius, the most idealistic and noble-minded of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and also a planet that helps us to be receptive to light. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, who is retrograde and extra powerful. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that Dr. Pillai says can help with rationality and science. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Saturn. We honor Saturn. I put flower petals on him. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Satabisha, a star that has tremendous healing energies. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Satabishaye Namaha. Om Satabishaye Namaha. Om Satabishaye Namaha. Satabisha star is ruled by Varuna, archetype who rules the rain and the oceans. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satabisha star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, zodiac sign that is the most humanitarian and service-oriented, today containing Saturn, planet that helps with patience, compassion, service, structure, and perseverance. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Neptune. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada, a star that Dr. Pillai says can help us with business development, with commercial success. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's ruled by Saturn. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. We put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, and that is Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, a zodiac sign symbolized by two fish that are swimming in opposite directions. Fish are a creature that have no feet. They literally never touch the ground. So these fish are said to be swimming in oceans of consciousness. So the environment of Pisces is said to be the most transcendental, the most metaphysical of all the zodiac signs. Neptune is this planet that is in that sign today. And Dr. Pillai says this is a planet that helps with our intuition and also with understanding our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Mesha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Jupiter and Uranus and Mercury. Rahu and Jupiter are in the same star, so we will honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Jupiter for being in Aries. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Rahu and Jupiter are both in a star called Ashwini, a star that can give blessings for speed and for healing. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Ashwini star is ruled by the Ashwini Kumaras, horse-headed twins who have tremendous healing energy and are sometimes called the physicians of the gods. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Ashwini star is ruled by Ketu. I put flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we honor Uranus for being in Aries. I put flower petals on him. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Uranus is in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power, or energy. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask him to help us to be just and merciful towards others, and for there to be justice in our world. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor Mercury for being in Aries. I put flower petals on him. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Kritika, a star that can give blessings for truth. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing 4 planets. Rahu, planet that helps us to think outside the box. Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spirituality, and also a planet that can help with wealth and everything related to banking or legal matters or issues with the government. And Uranus, a planet that has creative abilities and give blessings for success in life, higher intelligence, astrology. And Mercury, planet of astrology, and also a planet that helps with communication, business, and our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on all of this. Last but not least, the final zodiac sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha, or Taurus, which today contains the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Rohini, a star that gives blessings for prosperity, creativity, and beauty. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha, or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take the lit tea light and I hold it in the air above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals. And in the air, I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light. Next, I light the incense stick, and then I circle that in the air 3 times above the chart, offering the element of air and also a sweet fragrance. Now, I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now, I take a raisin, a small fruit representing the earth element, and I circle that around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later in the day, I will eat that raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Right now, I make prayer hands, and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them all to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us, and also into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we have time for a short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and support in this little prayer circle that we're doing each weekday. I see a question in the chat from Katie. She says, please explain the significance of the word drum, D-R-A-M, in the mantra Om Guru Namah Shivaya, Drum Dattatreya Shiva Baba. Drum is something that I would call a bija, B-I-J-A, a bija or a seed sound. It's a very tiny syllable that is something that expands into a larger energy. Drum, I've seen that associated with some of the mantras that Dr. Pillai has given in the past for invoking him. And the particular energy of a seed syllable is maybe not something I can really speak to, except to say it is the seed. And a seed, of course, turns into, a little, redwood seed can turn into a giant redwood tree over time. So it's a seed sound helping you to connect with the energy of Dattatreya Shiva Baba, which was one of the names that Dr. Pillai has gone by in the past. Namah Shivaya, of course, is the sounds of the 5 elements. It's also a mantra for Shiva. So it's invoking a great power that's associated with the enlightened Siddha Master, Dr. Pillai, and also the harmonizing us with the 5 elements with Namah Shivaya, and also aligning us with the protection of Shiva, who can give both material things and spiritual things. So it's a seed sound. It's something I would call a bija sound that is in that particular mantra. And again, with mantras that are given to us by an enlightened teacher, when those sounds are given to us, they are being empowered by the teacher. And so they are going to activate or grow within us if we actually work with them. A lot of times people will say to me, well, what's the best mantra for me to use? And I will say with a smile and a little bit of a laugh, the best mantra is the one you're going to actually use, the one you're going to actually do. That's the best mantra for you. And the best time is the time when you're actually going to do it. So whether it's aligned with the power time or whatever that just fits into your schedule, the best use of them is when we actually do use them, when we either write a mantra, or we think a mantra, or we write a mantra, or we just have it at a very, very subtle level inside us. All of those are valid ways of working with the mantra. And the best one is the one we're going to actually do. So there's that. So to be authentic with yourself about what mantra you're willing to work with, and what are the times of the day where you can actually fit it into your schedule. You can also listen to a mantra. You can be listening to it in the background, or really meditating on it as you're listening to it. But that's also a valid way to work with a mantra. So I hope that answers your question there, Katie. That's a good question. Took us into a little bit of a digression there. Okay. Not seeing any other questions today at the moment, so I'll go ahead and let the video play through. Again, we always appreciate it when you hit the like button on the video and when you subscribe to the channel, as this does help the channel to grow. Dr. Pillai is keen for this channel to continue to expand and to attract new people. We should always be attracting some new people. We should always have some people that are sticking around, and there should always be some people that are going off into other adventures. That's a healthy flow for community. That's a very healthy flow. Enlightenment does not take prisoners. There's not an expectation that everyone is going to stick around, for all of time. That's not a healthy flow in a community. There should be people coming and going, and some people sticking around. All right. Namaste to all of you. The light in me truly honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. I'll be here again tomorrow.